What is going on, guys? DragonTamerBlayde here, back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends, and today is going to be a little bit of a grab bag of a video, I guess you could say. Got a couple different things that I want to go over, give you the quick rundown. First thing we're going to talk about is I have recently launched a Patreon for the channel, and let's just get into it. We'll start with Patreon and we'll move forward. So I did make a Patreon for the channel. As you guys know, I left my contract with Fullscreen. They were managing my YouTube network, and with all the recent changes to YouTube, I still haven't been reapproved for launching ads on the channel. So in the meantime, or in general, I decided to launch a Patreon for anyone who does enjoy the content and has the ability to and wants to support the channel. You have the option on Patreon to support or provide any amount of monthly or one-time, whatever. I'm still actually learning Patreon, but I know it's a way to basically provide money, or I think you can only do money, to creators for their content. So again, completely optional. If you can't afford it or anything else, do not do it if you can't, unless you want to. It is completely optional. But I did want to ask anyone who is interested at the moment or will be interested in the future in supporting the channel, what your expected or what you guys think would be good reward tiers. At the moment, the only thing I have would be posting all supporters of the channel in the outro of each video. But I do want to find some other cool things. Could be anything from build me a deck, play me on stream. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really thought about the rewards. But I want to make sure that I can provide high quality rewards for the higher tiers should someone choose to hit one of those tiers. So I just wanted to let you guys know that the Patreon does exist if you guys would like to support it. It's patreon.com/DTBlayde. Again, completely optional, not required at all. I just want to make you guys aware of it. And if you have any feedback on what reward tiers should exist, I would definitely appreciate that kind of feedback. But the next thing I wanted to do today, Legends has launched, they're calling them premium packs. Is it in this section? Yes, there's core premium packs. I think we're going to buy 3 of these. And then we are going to buy 3 Heroes of Skyrim premium packs. So we're going to open 6 of those babies up today. And that's what is next on our agenda. So we might as well not keep you guys waiting for that. We'll get right on to it. I'm going to save the rest of my gold for the next expansion. I'll still wind up dropping a ton of money on opening all the packs, but I want to save at least some gold for it. So I think we'll go back and forth. We'll go core Skyrim, core Skyrim. So let's see what our first premium legendary from the core set will be. Premium Descendant of Alkosh. I'm not really seeing too much of an animation in there. Maybe it's a little bit hard to see right now. I'd like to, I can see a little bit. There we go. From that, it's a good card. Doesn't get used that much, but I do like the card. Let's get on into our first Heroes of Skyrim premium legendary, and it's a premium Barbas. I love Barbas. I think I already had a premium Barbas though. I'm not sure. If we do, that's a whole bunch of soul gems. If not, I'm very happy to have a premium Barbas. I love this card. So pretty good so far. Packs are being nice to us. Next regular legendary is a premium Goldbrand. Actually, I don't think I've ever put Goldbrand in the deck. It's not the flashiest premium, but Support Mage loves it. I'm sure there'll be more decks in the future that enjoy using this card. So this is probably my least favorite pull so far, but still not bad. Next, Heroes of Skyrim pull, Innkeeper Delphine. I actually don't even think I have this card. I think this was the only Heroes of Skyrim card I was missing. So pulling Innkeeper Delphine, again, this premium is okay. I like the fire moving, and I like the little background lights. I'd be interested to see what she looks like as premium Grandmaster Delphine, so that's pretty cool. And we've got no duplicates so far either. And premium Gortwog is going to be our final base set premium. Really not much going on with Gortwog besides kind of the dust in the background moving. But it is a card that I really enjoy, and Fat Warrior would appreciate having a premium legendary in the set. And then our last thing we're going to pull is our final Heroes of Skyrim premium, and it will be premium Brynjolf. I do like Brynjolf a lot. He's got that kind of almost looks like poison in the background, but super cool card. And then the final thing I wanted to talk about today was the monthly card for February. Let's go ahead and pull it up. It's a 2-cost 2/2, and it's got a cool new mechanic we're going to talk about. Let me just... Nope, not you, Ravenous Crocodile. Go away. Right here, the Steam Constructor. Might as well take a look at what it looks like in Premium as well, since we're kind of on a Premium train. Let's see. Pretty good Premium art. It's got the Steam coming out. It's pretty cool. So it's a 2-cost 2/2 neutral card with the effect, if you have a neutral card in hand, summon a 1/1 reconstructed spider. So the first thing I want to talk about with this card, besides, you know, the basic stat line 2/2, the new summon effect. This is kind of a new play on the ally mechanic. All the original allies cared about if you had a, for the example of Cunning Ally, if the top card of your deck was Intelligence, then the ability would trigger. For Steam Constructor, it's the first card where it's going to look at having a card in your hand in order for the mechanic to trigger. And then if it does trigger, you wind up with a 2-cost 2/2 and then a 1/1 on the board as well. So you're kind of spreading your options out, which is pretty good because you have multiple options on the field. So if the 2/2 gets removed, you're still left with a 1/1, which is decent. You're getting 3/3 worth of stats for 2 with a conditional, so that's pretty solid off the bat. And then for Dwemer, it has potential to be pretty bonkers. Obviously, if you have Halls out, even just 1 Halls, for 2 costs, you're getting a 2-cost 5/2 with the potential 4/1 as well. So you can get 9/3 worth of stats for 2, and spread out across 2 creatures. So if they don't have AoE, they can't answer your 1 threat. So playing a couple of these, if your opponent doesn't have like an Ice Storm or a Firestorm or something like that, you're almost putting lethal on the board if you play 2 of these guys, which is pretty bonkers. So I think Dwemer decks are going to love this. I think neutral decks in general are going to love this. And I honestly think that there could be some decks in general that wouldn't mind running a card like this. Any deck that struggles having some early game options, let's say you're some sort of deck that's running Intelligence and you really want to be aggressive and you need some good 2-drop options. Let's say you're doing like an aggressive mage list or something like that, and you're topping off with things like Divine Fervor, and you have things for your 1-drop. What's that girl called? Crown Quartermaster. If you play her on 1 and you wind up putting the Steel Dagger into your hand, on turn 2 you can play the Steam Constructor, and then you've got a 2/1, a 2/2, and a 1/1 for 3 Magicka on the board. That's pretty solid, and then you still have your dagger. So if you're trying to be aggressive, that's pretty good board state after 2 turns. Obviously it's an ideal state, but it's not too hard to have neutral cards in hand. You got that. I think Iron Sword is blue only, so Dunmer Nightblade wouldn't do it for you. But like I said, there's probably ways to mix in a bunch of neutral cards, and if you're playing like a super aggressive deck, maybe with some prophecies, it's not completely unheard of to be playing things like Lurking Crocodile. There's like, basically my overall point is there's ways to get neutral cards into your deck without necessarily making your deck worse for the sake of playing neutral cards. So I think it's a pretty interesting card. There's going to be a bunch of different ways to use it. I don't know what the everlasting impact of the card is going to be in general. I don't know if it'll have a home outside of neutral decks or Dwemer decks. But I do believe that there's probably some way to use the card that's pretty solid. And I did have a Premium Barbas. So if I Soul Trap that, I get 1 free Legendary in the future. Let's see if there's any other neutral cards that you would really want to put in your deck. Altar is a neutral card, and that, honestly, the Steam Constructor is not the worst 2-drop to pull from an Altar. Obviously, you'd be playing Halls anyway if you're playing a Dwemer deck. Orb of Varamina is very commonly played. There's a lot of decent neutral cards that a lot of people play anyway that probably aren't going to hurt you too badly to play. Odaving, Parth, you know, all that kind of stuff. But if you're really wanting a 2-drop like that, you're probably not playing any of these cards. But I do think that there's going to be a couple decks that probably try this card out. Not sure about the staying power outside of mono neutral and Dwemer, but it is a fantastic card for Dwemer decks. If I pull up the Dwemer deck we've been playing, if you look at the 2-drop slot, you'll see we didn't really have much. We had Spider Worker, which without Halls is basically a dead card, although it's mostly just there to cycle. Shrieking Harpy is a decent prophecy. It's kind of a stalling card, but it does kind of hurt our mechanical ally triggering. So swapping out possibly Shrieking Harpy for that could be a benefit. Or maybe even dropping something like the Doggy Rot Mystic, trying to flush our neutral game up a little bit and putting a pretty good early game Dwemer out there that turns into an amazing Dwemer once you get the 6-cost hauls out. So I like the card a lot, and I really, even more so than the card itself, I'm excited about the new ally mechanic. I could see over the next couple months us getting one card like this in each color that looks for having a particular color in your hand. And I'm interested and excited to see the kind of things that they do with that mechanic and how they kind of can continue to introduce cool mechanics like this moving forward. But that's going to be it for now, guys. Like I said, it's a little bit of a grab bag of a video. We were a little all over the place, but we got to pull some premium legendaries, talk about a new card, handle some business. It was I think, decent little grab bag. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, guys. As always, thank you all very, very much for watching. I'm DragonTamerBlayde, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.